Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Turning Him Up. I'm your boy LP82 along with my co-host
Young Tech, aka Wordplay.
and of course our gracious host.
Yes, it's Virginia. Hi, you guys.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on? What's going on?
Where we gather every podcast to talk about what's going on in the world.
Yes.
What's going on in the world, and there's a lot going on in the world.
It is a lot of things going on in the world. Oh my goodness. I have a random question for you guys though.
Right.
To lighten the mood up.
Let's lighten it.
I want to know, what is your favorite pizza topping and why?
I might have to go with pineapple and Canadian bacon. That's my favorite. That's my favorite toppings: pineapple, Canadian bacon. Ever since I was a kid, I liked the pineapple on pizza, but I can't eat pineapple by itself. But I can eat it on some pizza.
Pineapple is fire, but I like I like barbecue pizza. I don't know why. I don't have every pizza. I had anchovies too.
Oh.
Yeah, I had it a couple times.
I can't do anchovies.
Man, you have to try it. It's salty.
Fish.
It's salty, but you have to try. I don't know.
Michelangelo, and you got the orange on.
You know what I'm saying? Party dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just one of the type of people, if I go somewhere, I just see it on the menu. Like, I had a pastrami quesadilla. I don't know why I ordered that.
Nah, I ain't doing that.
It was good, though.
Pastrami quesadilla.
I love pastrami, though.
I can't do it.
Pastrami's great.
I
Quesadilla?
can't do pastrami. I don't even like pastrami sandwiches.
Oh, well, you're burnt out. Turn
You need to
around.
go to the
Your
hat.
time out.
I'm probably the only person that don't like it. I don't like it. I do not like pastrami.
Pastrami
you
sounds
tried the
fire.
hat? The Hat
What
in
is
Rancho Cucamonga. It's a restaurant, and their number one thing is pastrami. Like, I always recommend it because I didn't like pastrami either. I don't like mustard.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's what it was.
mustard.
Maybe I just got the wrong pastrami sandwich.
Well,
What's your favorite topping?
I'm a pineapple person. I do believe pineapples belong on pizzas, and
Yeah.
pretty much, really pineapple, olives. I'm not really a meat person when it comes to pizza. If I get it, I'm very plain. I just get chicken because I don't eat pork, so no pepperoni for me.
No to the swine. No
Yes,
to the swine.
No to the swine. No to the swine. All right, guys. Well, we're talking today a little bit about social media. We're
Right.
talking about some business. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into the questions if you guys are okay with that.
Let's run.
fine.
All right,
Let's
okay,
roll.
All right. So the first question we have is about social media. As you know,
Right.
the whole debate about, do we even dare say the word TikTok?
Yeah, being banned.
But they're talking about it being banned. So
Is that for sure going down, or is that something they just got in the air right now?
you know
know.
anything about that?
Of course I do. Nah, well, like
Trump making it look like it's for sure.
Yeah,
he's
about it.
he's standing on his decision to ban it. I think the company's owned by somebody from China. I don't know all the ins and outs, but
Right.
but I know just for a sheer simple fact that he's from China, I'm pretty sure he's like, hell nah. Like that's probably like his main goal because it's in China, trying to shut it down.
Yeah.
So
He don't even call it coronavirus. He calls it the China virus.
dude's burnt out.
All right. So if you had to take away one social media platform, let's start with you, Tick. What would you take away?
Probably Snapchat. Probably take away that. I don't see. I don't even get Snapchat. Really, I really don't even get it. Like you post something up and then 10 minutes is gone. Like
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
that don't make sense to me. But that'd probably be one. All the rest I'll keep.
Twitter. Like a lot of people say Twitter
That's
is
popular too.
yeah, like
It's huge.
I have a Twitter and I get it, but it's kind of like shit. Like
I
it's
don't
like
use Twitter either.
Instagram is pretty much like, to me, Instagram is the end all be all. Like
Right.
I could go without Facebook, but then again, I know Facebook has played a major role in people connecting and like with family members and long lost, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just so I just say Instagram. Instagram's the mainstay. Everything else is whatever.
Yeah, I feel Kind of the same way about that too. I could live without Snapchat. I used to be one of those devoted Snapchatters, like on there, got the filters and everything. I used to be excited on the new filters that come out, and then like I don't know, it got old. It's just it's like how many dog ears can you put on yourself? You know, everything is always it's modified. Like you don't even know now if you like see a picture on Facebook or what have you or Twitter, you don't know if it's doctored up from, you know, Snapchat, because they're getting so good with their filters, and it's kind of scary.
Filters is out of control now, man.
Yeah.
And I never got the little doggy ears and all that. Like, you know, like people doing all the doggy ears and doing all this weird stuff.
The guys turning into girls. You see that one? Like you get it and you can swap.
Yeah, I've
your
seen
gender.
that. They need to take that away for sure.
That's scary. That's scary.
Nah, you know, that's a good thing for those men that want to see what they look like as a woman.
That's suspect.
Is this a conspiracy podcast?
Hey,
what's
man,
going on?
if you want to look like, if you feel like you look good as a woman, by all means, do you? You know.
Yeah, but don't
LP,
catfish
let me find you on there. Find you on there,
Wait
man.
a minute.
Hey, I'll
Williana.
take a picture. Hey, I'll post it too. Like, I ain't tripping. Like, it is what it is. Like,
I tried it one time and I was just like, nope, never again. Burn my eyes out. I'm good. But so that's you guys are hilarious. Yeah, they have that filter where you could turn yourself into a baby, you could turn yourself into the other gender, you can turn yourself into an old person.
Yeah, I liked that one where you turn into an old. I practiced with that one a little bit. And you turn into like see how you are when you older.
Yeah,
that's a cool.
That's not bad to do. That's not bad to do. But I mean, the baby one, I don't know. That's kind of creepy. It's like, why are you over there acting like a baby? Why you want to look like that? All right. What social media site do you feel is the largest right now? I know you said something about Instagram.
Yes.
Is that what you think is the largest?
All right. So Instagram is the largest, and it's about to start. Well, they've been saying this for a while though. Oh, they're gonna start monetizing. They're gonna start making money. People are gonna start making money from it. It is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Trust me. Facebook is already monetized. People make a lot of money on Facebook. Facebook owns Instagram, so I don't see why they won't translate it over to Instagram. So,
how do you make money off of Instagram?
That's a good question.
Ads. Yeah. Well, because now people got it to where they can extend their play as far as their content and stuff like that. So stuff like that, they're gonna probably give people longer time as far as putting their videos up. Just pretty much try to beat YouTube and any other platform that has that same type of structure.
Yeah, I like IGTV also, Instagram TV, where you can extend the video longer. I like that. I think that's cool that they made that up.
So like in the beginning, you can watch like 1 minute of the video, and then
if you want to see more, you just click on the little left side and it'll extend the video for longer.
And that's crazy because on YouTube it's like hard as hell to get people, as we know from experience, but it's hard to get people to subscribe to your channel on YouTube. You can meet friends and all that type of stuff on Instagram like it ain't nothing.
Yeah. So
I think that's a better avenue for people as far as having platforms like like a podcast or whatever. So hopefully it happens.
And I think Instagram, now that I'm talking to y'all, I'm saying maybe Instagram is too. Because at first I was going to say Facebook. Because I was like, everybody I know has a Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
And if they don't, you're just like, why don't you have a Facebook?
Yeah, real talk.
What's your problem? But they have Instagram, so. But Instagram is amazing.
Y'all think Instagram bigger than YouTube?
No.
No?
Mm-mm. Well, because you got to think in certain countries, like not everything is accepted everywhere. Like in certain countries, certain things are more popular than others. So, like YouTube is big just off the sheer fact it was the first, social whatever platform to be like that.
To like broadcast.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like their logo? Broadcast yourself.
Yeah. Broadcast yourself. Yeah. So you gotta take the whole mindset behind YouTube. Like you say, is to is to pretty much give yourself your own channel, your own space in the world to where you can create and be free and stuff like that.
I definitely think Instagram and YouTube work hand in hand. I like how, you can do something on YouTube, then post it on, like you can post your live that's from Instagram on YouTube. I like how they do that.
Yeah, and it's connected too. So
Yeah.
I like that too. I mean, I know everybody's kind of weird about Facebook and the security, and they're all up in your business because if you're thinking something, it pops up on your phone.
Selling your information to these companies.
Yeah, but I mean, they've done some good too. I mean, shout out to Zuckerberg for some stuff.
Rich motherfucker.
All right. So now we're going to go into some business questions. We're going to talk a little bit about business. My question is, what are some of the things you need to know to start a business, do you believe?
I would say knowledge of whatever you're going to be in the business for, knowing your demographic, knowing advertisement, knowing your competition. There's a list of things. That's why learning how to do business plans is good, because then it tells you a whole lot of where you're at, where you're trying to go, stuff like that.
I think primarily, you need to know your goal on what you're trying to achieve or what you're trying to accomplish, and creating a system that works for you to get to that goal. Once you got that into play, and realize, creating a business plan for yourself to know, how much you're putting in and how much you're going to get out of it. I think those are the things that go good with business.
Oh, yeah. And I think branding yourself and like putting yourself out there is really important. Those things are really important. What you guys said is absolutely important. But branding to me is the way you perceive yourself out to everybody. Yeah. And what are they looking at? Who are you gearing yourself towards?
Exactly.
What your demographic. So I mean, like, what does branding mean to you? Because with me, I'm like, okay, it's the way I present myself, what I'm the confidence, trying to tell you what I'm trying to push to your perspective. What do you guys think? What is branding?
Yeah, I think it's the key, opponent on what you're trying to push out. So, a person can be a brand. You know what I mean? Like, it's whatever you're trying to push out and get people to gravitate towards. I think that's what a brand is, and how you carry your brand plays a big part in business. Also, you have to carry your brand, to where people's going to gravitate to it a lot more.
Is there any brands that you're like, the way they did it, the way they came out, like you like respected, or ones that you think they,
it's a lot of job. It's a lot of brands that I respect that came out. It's record labels that's brands. It's clothing, clothing lines that's brands. It's different things. So I respect everybody's brand. Long as you taking the initiative to actually come out and you putting forth the effort, to make moves with it. I respect it a lot.
One brand I can respect. Well, shit, I just give them they props. I don't really. It's whatever, but I just give them they props. The Kardashians. Oh my God.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh.
Good or bad, drama, non-drama.
They know how to get that bread. Huh?
Yeah, like
that mama knows how to get that bread.
Yeah,
whatever she doing.
They mastermind branding and marketing to a T. They do anything they want and still get like a check for it. So.
They even know who to get with to
exactly
to build their brand.
Exactly. Shit, people that fuck with them get a bag out of it too. Shit, so
they get bag and then they get baggage.
Yeah,
man, you see the guys coming out of there.
Yeah, I'll tell anybody going to that family in the future, just make sure the bag you get is bigger than the bag you leave with.
Ooh, on that note, I'm gonna go to the next question because I like that one right there. Our next question is, we're gonna merge the last two questions, but how important is a brand when running a business? Like, how important is it to you, in your opinion, guys?
It's very important because, like you say, how you brand yourself is going to determine who you partner up with, who you associate yourself with. Like you say, once again, your target, your market. It gives you a lot of information, and that's where analytics come into play. Like sometimes certain people brand they can't endorse certain things because it's going against the brand that they established for themselves. If you're considered sports person, I'm like saying it's like kind of like taboo for you to turn around and support or endorse anything that has to do with marijuana. But if you're an ex-player, a lot of ex-players do it now, but if you're playing in the NFL, it will be against your brand for you to endorse anything that has to do with marijuana. So that's like a good example.
It's pretty much like finding your niche and finding, what you stand for, and running with that, and really embracing pain. You're going to, fall through stumbles and hurdles, throughout the process. But, long as you keep going forward, you might not make as much money from the beginning, as you would like to, but, as you keep going, you'll see it's growing and then your business picks up from there. But you got to be able to embrace pain and, go through the struggle in the business from that.
So what if we're just going to be hypothetical here, but what if you have a brand, you're confident about the brand, you're confident about whatever you're about to give out, you've been doing this for years and years, you take it to a brand that could possibly take it to another level.
Right.
However, you basically got to sell your product the way, you still have a little bit of you in it, but you got to kind of basically do it the way they want them to do it, kind of selling your soul, so to speak. And just for that profit, for that money, what do you guys think about that, or do you think you could ever do something like that?
I don't think I can do anything like that as far as selling my soul. Like I'm the type of person I would like to own all the rights to what I'm doing, and be my own boss. I don't really like to work for anybody else. Although I do have a 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? I have a 9 to 5, but I'm trying to create a lane to where I can do other things and make my own moves, on my own, without having to have a boss or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Well, honestly, I think it's just based off of how you built your company. If it's like a company that you hold near, dear to your heart, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. One thing to note, honestly, if you're walking to them for the deal, it's a different story. Of course, they can control majority of it, but if they're after you, it's pretty much in your hands. You do whatever the hell you want. Right. So I think honestly, you just gotta kind of just look at the situation. If they're on you tough, you can command whatever you want. And then too, there's certain people nowadays, especially with social media, all these platforms, they have been able to create a certain celebrity status to where a lot of these companies can't even match. Like, you got to think, if you got 1 million people supporting and buying and whatever they're doing, there's no need for a company. You dealing with a company, yeah, you're going to take a loss. But if you're like at that 10,000, but they can get you to that 500,000 mark, I don't see why not. Like, if it's going to potentially, make you more money, sometimes you create a business to sell a business.
You just got to realize that when you're working for big companies or any company that you're working for, and you have a boss over you, you have to realize that, I wouldn't say a puppet, but you do have to, kind of do what they tell you to do, unless you're owning your own business, then you have rights to do whatever you want to do. But, until then, if you're making moves, just say in the record business, when you're signed to a major label, you got to kind of go with, but like as LP said, if you're worth it, and they looking like they're with a big artist, then, you might have a little leverage from there, you know what I'm saying? But, most of the time, you have to kind of go with what they want to do.
Kind of like paying the dues before
you
get yourself known, but you might have to do things for people here and there, and kind of prove your worth. But I mean, like, if it's your dream and if it's something that you've been wanting to do your whole entire life, why not give it a shot? If it gets to a point though where they're asking you to do things that are above and beyond what you can do or fathom or anything like that, then maybe it's time to walk away. If you can't handle it. But I mean, if it's like an alteration, like a small alteration, like okay, maybe and not this color, but this color, like I don't think there's any problem of like collaborating
it's just choices you make. If you doing something that's going against your principles or integrity, it's a choice if you want to fall through with it or walk away from it,
Right.
But I think it's always better to own everything if you can, but it's not, I do believe that it's not meant for everybody. You know what I mean? Like you gotta really, I think in any business you gotta know it in and out, and if it's some people that, kind of learn as they go. You know what I'm saying? They don't know everything right away, but, try to know as much as you can in the business. The ins and outs, how much money you putting into it, how much you getting out, all of that stuff play a big part.
Wow. Yeah, it does. Now, let's say, for instance, you guys made it. You're there where you need to be in your business, and you got a friend or family member who's like, I need a job. And they're not qualified to do what you do. But, they're your family and friends. Well, how would you handle that situation, guys?
I ain't hiring them. Like for what? Like
if they really need a job, though.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Really need a job.
No, not to do what they want to do. It's gonna be what I want them to do. Like if you can't do that, then what, you gonna be emptying my trash cans? I don't know. Not to be like, not to put them down, but why hire somebody to do something they're not meant for just to pay somebody else to come right behind them and fix all their messes?
That's true.
So stay where you at. Like
you definitely got to find somebody that's qualified. You can't really just hire anybody just because they're your friend or family. When it comes to business, you got to really think about the business and really take pride in your business. You can't just be like, all right, hey Mike, we've been homies from Sandbox, let me go ahead and make you the security or something. You know what I mean?
Executive of the security.
You gotta they gotta have some type of now if they have experience in that area, I'm more likely to go with a friend or family if they have experience in that area than somebody off the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if they don't have experience in it, it's definitely something I can't do.
Right.
I'll put it to like this: for anybody that's a budding career or whatever, that they're around somebody that's about to take off, whatever. If they've hired you as their security, bro, they really don't have no faith in you. That's like the easiest. Not real talk. That's like the easiest position you can get. Oh, all right, I'll just make you security. Like you don't know, and that's how a lot of these people getting caught up because they like a lot of these people they make security. They don't know the laws. Yeah. They don't know. They don't have no proper license to hold a certain type of weapons, and they're more emotional and volatile. So they're in certain situations they don't know how to control themselves, and they doing stupid. Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like some people make mistakes by doing that, just hiring anybody. I mean, just like their friends and family, and to save money also. You know what I'm saying? It's important that you find somebody that can really handle that. You know what I'm saying? You got to know, like LP said, you got to know the laws. You got to know everything that has to deal with that position. You can't just be just throwing anybody in it.
Like, oh, no, It's okay. He could do it. I remember in the 5th grade.
Yo, he can fight. I seen him one time. He punched this one dude.
I agree with you guys. I don't. I'm nice. I am really, really nice. But over the past years, I found that in some cases you just can't help everybody. And,
right.
So I mean, the severity of the business is really important, and knowledge and qualifications of the business is very, very important, especially if it's something you got passion for. So no, if they didn't have the qualifications to do it, I wouldn't do that. I probably recommend like Indeed.com to, I wouldn't. No.
I'll get my lawyer to do your resume. Don't trip.
There you go.
It definitely doesn't make sense to do something like that.
Not at all. All right. So, can you take criticism when it's given to you, even at work, at your, anywhere you're at work, at home? Whichever, anybody who wants to critique anything that you're doing.
Well, I think you got to tell me, is it criticism or constructive criticism? You know, because, I mean, somebody could just be telling you something just because they hating, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, if it's constructive criticism, you're telling me something, you know, that I don't like to hear, like something, you know, but you're telling me something that can improve what I'm doing, you know, then I take that as constructive criticism and you trying to really, you know, help me. But if you just telling me you just don't like my stuff and, you know, and you have no, you know, like you're never did what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I take that as, you know, you just hating, you know. But if you're telling me, okay, you need to change that around, you know, because I feel like you could do it better this way, you know what I mean? Then I take that as constructive criticism and I could deal with that, you know.
Is that everything?
No, I'm hearing voices and stuff. Like I'm tripping. Like, it all depends on where I'm at in the process. If it's like at the beginning of it, probably yeah. But if I'm like almost done and then somebody try to construct, I'm like, oh nah. Like I said, it all depends where I'm at in the process. Like you say, you know, like Tick was saying, constructive criticism, it's needed. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't never value anything I do to be that highly. So not to say that I can't do stuff, but it's just I look at it like anybody can do it. So I don't know. It's weird. Like I just don't take it in like that. But for the most part, it is what it is.
I like to say that I can take criticism because on the outside I'll smile and say thank you. You know what? That sounds amazing. But in the inside, I'm all like, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do.
At the end of the day, you do what you want to do. You know, ain't nobody can really change your mind. You know, but you know, it is good to have constructive criticism sometimes because you know not everybody knows everything. You know what I'm saying? You might need that outside opinion. You know, to be like, you know, to better whatever you're trying to do. So I do believe it is good to have constructive criticism.
I think that the constructive criticism, like LP here, if it's done in the beginning when the stages are still brand new, sure, but not like when you're almost done or oh, by the way, you could have did this better. It's like, no, I mean, speaking of that, what about criticism from people? I know I got a lot today. What about people who don't know anything about what you do? If it's rap,
Right.
whatever it is, but they still want to criticize you on the corner or talk that mess around the corner. How do you guys deal with that type of thing?
Shit.
I know y'all getting haters out here.
Invite them to the process. Then come through. Help me. Then help me figure it out. You know, because like I said, everybody has a perception. Everybody has taste. Everybody has, you know, knowledge on some part of what you're doing, especially when they're talking to you about it, even though you know damn well they don't. But, you know, the only thing I can do is invite them to the process. If you feel like I can do it better, well, then show me how. Like, and that's not to be like a dick. Like, really, I'm asking, like, help me then. Like, I'm open. Like, what's up? Like, but, you know, if you're just giving me the criticism and talking whatever, but you're not trying to give me any solutions or anything, then it's like, okay. You know, you get a lot of people that have a lot of ideas that are just, it's surface. It's not detailed or nothing. It's surface. You know, so it's whatever.
Yeah, if you're not qualified in that area, or you don't have credentials, or you never been through the process, you know, you can't really tell me nothing. You know, you can't really tell me anything, so I'm not gonna really listen to you. You know, I don't care what you say, really. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, though. You know, like you have to actually been through it, or I listen to different people who have what I have, and you know, they can teach me something in the process. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody that, you know, is just going off something they believe. You know what I mean? Like, you got to really go through it and, you know, actually been through what I've been through to actually tell me anything that I can learn from it. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a person that actually been through it, then what am I really listening to you for? You know, I'll listen, you know, but that don't mean I'm gonna apply what you're telling me. You know?
Because no one I don't think that anyone needs anybody in the back of their ear trying to give them any negative vibes or negative energy, you know. And being that person who just got a shade on people who are trying to do things with their life. Like, for instance, hecklers in comedy shows,
Right.
they really get my gears going. They do, because it's like, okay, you're not up there. You're not up there giving yourself out there to the stage, trying to make people laugh. Why are you ruining this or talking about this guy, or girl or whoever's out there? That's really
it's brave to be just a comedian that has hecklers. It's brave to get up there, in front of everybody, and especially when you got like an hour-long show and you know what I'm saying, you have to carry it out for so long, like a Kevin Hart or anybody. That's a brave thing to do, to have to go up there and have to consistently tell jokes over and over again. So when hecklers do come out and say different things, that's disrespectful in a way. Let the man do what he do. I've been to shows. Me and LP been. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
show?
that one dude.
Where they have hecklers and people telling them, "Oh, you weak" or whatever. Just let the man do his show and be respectful in that sense. It's a hard job to actually get up there and consistently tell joke after joke and really make it funny over and over again. So
for an hour long.
Yeah, for like an hour long.
That's
So
crazy.
I respect all comedians that do that, funny or not funny. You got the balls to actually go up there and make it happen. So I respect that.
Yeah, that stuff get crazy.
With confidence too, like they're not just going up there shaking. Some of them shaking and shaking in their boots, I'm sure, when they first started, but like there's a certain type of confidence you got to have when you get up on that stage in anything you do. Like you rap, you know what I mean? Like there's like a confidence you got to have to be able to say, I own this stage, you know what I mean? And you guys are here to watch.
And also as a comedian, I feel like you have to know what you're dealing with. You have to know that you're gonna have hecklers and all of that, and you gotta be able to get them back. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come back with something heavier. You know what I'm saying?
And some of them come off really, really. I mean, like the hecklers be in there drunk, no matter going crazy, but they will get control of their show and like not tell them off, but like joke it off. And somebody was really good at that. I can't remember the comedian's name, but man, he was like, he just took that whole situation, turned it around. That's really cool.
Hecklers are blessings in disguise. All right, real talk. Hecklers save your shows. Like Tick was talking about that one time we went. A guy pretty much, he was doing bad up there. I ain't gonna lie, he was doing bad, and another dude was just on him talking just from the audience, and he was just then the dude started going back and forth, and he eventually won over the crowd. So it was a blessing. Damn hecklers.
All the hecklers. Okay, so now that we're doing social distancing and we can't go in groups anymore, it's like you don't really have the hecklers in front of you anymore. It's more like online.
Yeah.
It's all about technology. And you send in angry emails or whichever.
Trolling.
They're doing that now.
Right. Yeah.
So my question to you is
6ix9ine.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't stand that guy. Do you think that eventually it'll be nothing but technology? Everything would just be all technical. There's this movie actually called Ready Player One.
Yeah.
And you heard about this movie?
Yeah.
And like everything's virtual reality. You wake up in the morning, you put on your virtual reality helmet, and you live your life. What do you guys think? Do you think everything's going to become that techie?
Yeah. Well, not to that extent, but yes. And the only reason why it's gonna be that way, people is gonna say COVID-19, all that type of shit. Real life has became hard for the normal person to live.
Yeah.
Suicides is up the wall. Like people really don't like the life that they live, and that type of stuff can give people an escape. It's just like drugs. Drugs is not there because people. Well, some people do it because it's fun, but a lot of drugs, a lot of drug users. If you really look in their past, a lot of them do a lot of drugs due to a lot of trauma that they experienced in their life. So they try to escape their reality. So I think that that's why we got phones for Instagram and all that type of stuff. It's for people to escape their reality. While you on Instagram, You know, you can look at the girl you always wanted. You can look at the car you always wanted
And
to drive.
judge them.
Yeah, and judge them. Like, real talk. Like, people be making themselves. There was this one guy I seen a video where he pretty much took a picture, did the green screen, photoshopped it out where he was taking pictures in front of cars and stuff like that, and people really bought into it. So
Bow Wow did on.
yeah, you know that, but that's sad for Bow Wow because he's actually had money at one point in time. So,
but taking the picture on the plane, like, wait, what was he doing? He's like on like first, like, was the coach? He was in coach, and he took a picture talking about how he's all up in first class.
People take Bow Wow as broke though, but you know he got bread. He just he might not have as much bread as he would like to have, but he has bread. He's still rich. He's richer than all of us.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
We know his name, so I mean, he's still his name.
But going off of everything being, I'm not Cleo or nothing, but I do feel like things is going towards, technology, everything, so, I do feel like from the past to up to now, a lot of things is transferred into technology. So I actually think, that's the rate, that's where it's going. I think in the next, 10, 15 years, it's going to be majority of everything online.
You know what the funny thing is? You just say you're not Miss Cleo. Like, Miss Cleo not even Miss Cleo.
Cut me down.
He's like, yo, I'm not.
Yeah,
she ain't even Miss Cleo.
What happened to her?
Shit, she got found out as a fraud. I don't know what happened to that lady.
She wasn't even Jamaican.
Yeah. I heard she lived in New Jersey or something like that.
Man, she was making top dollar too.
Heck
People
yeah.
really thought she was telling the future.
Call me Miss
She was a fraud the
Cleo.
whole time.
The whole time. $10 a minute.
Oh man.
Ooh. But I don't know. For me, I think I personally wouldn't mind a Ready Player One situation. Just get up and put on some glasses and make some money. I think that sounds great. I think that it'd probably be detrimental to humankind, but
Right.
I think that I don't know. I guess I'm lazy. I don't know, but it doesn't sound bad. I mean, it doesn't sound like a utopia. It doesn't sound like heaven, but I mean, like it's possible, especially if they make things so real, make it seem like it's so real. You won't be able to tell the real life from, the virtual life. And if it gets that way, so be it. I mean, we always got to progress, I guess. But, I mean, technology, it's the future. I believe it's the future. I believe it's I think that's what they're pressing. When I say they, I think they're pressing for, everything to be technical. You even have the option now in your bills to go paperless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like they try to put that, or you can do direct. What's it called when they take it out of your account?
Direct deposit? I mean, not direct deposit, direct payment or whatever.
Yeah, like a direct payment. Like
Yeah.
everything is online. Even now for the DMV, you don't even have to stand in line for the DMV.
You go to a
anymore.
kiosk, right?
Yep, you can just go to a kiosk and then you're just done. And you don't even have to talk.
And they got one of those at the El Supra.
Something like
The
yeah.
DMV I don't even got to go to none of these cities. I just go right to the little neighborhood store.
Yep.
Even food, like getting it delivered to your house, like, it's Postmates, all these different sites that you can go to get things delivered. You got Amazon that's popping even more right now, because of this whole quarantine thing. So, I think that's exactly where it's going to. It's going towards the future. So,
yeah, Amazon's popping for like how they're giving out packages and how they're doing, but they also, when it comes to hiring, they're hiring people left and right,
Right.
And so like, I'm really enjoying Amazon and what they have to offer. And I like the fact that I can order, Uber Eats or DoorDash and be able to just, pick my food. I ordered 2 places and forgot that I ordered one. Like I ordered, like, let's say I ordered some wings, right? And then I forgot I ordered the wings, and then like 5 minutes later, order like a pizza. And now you got 2 people coming up, DoorDash and Uber Eats, showing up. Like, what are you here for? So I've done that. All right. So do you feel like there's a tutorial for everything you need to know online, or everything you need to know? Period. there a tutorial for
Yes
it?
and no. The thing about tutorials, right? Especially when it's in like a certain type of field, they're only going to teach you so much, and a lot of that shit be capped. and the reason why I say that is because people are selling information. Information is key, right? So let's say, I don't know, you can look up anything, right? They're going to show you the basics, or they're going to show you something that either they typically it's like they're explaining something to a kid. So the way they explain it to you is not always necessary. So a lot of that is just watch just enough of it to get a good idea, and then just go on and just mess some shit up and then figure it out. But like, I don't know, like I'll be watching like, some of these master classes. Like some of these master classes, they be like, they want money. They will be wanting like $1,000 or something like that. Because I think one of the master classes, because I wanted to watch the one with like Timberland or something like that, but the subscription was like $100 and some dollars, and you pay this much for a year. Like it's like crazy. Like you're really paying for college. So that's why I think like tutorials are good, but they're bad, because I think tutorials give you a good idea, but they don't really teach you the whole thing. You got to go and mess with stuff.
Yeah, I definitely agree with LP on that. It's only so much they teach you on them tutorials. Like just the other day, I was trying to learn how to work my T-shirt press machine, and I had to go through tutorial just going to different tutorials trying to figure out one thing. You know what I mean? Because they might have something. You might have the same program they have. But theirs look. They might skip a step, you know what I'm saying? Or their screen look a little different from yours, so you got to try to figure it out, So, I definitely think, with tutorials, they don't show you everything you need to know. You just got to kind of go through it and try to work with what you got.
Yeah. Which tutorial is by far the worst, and you guys probably never have to worry about this, but makeup tutorials, let me tell you, let me just talk to the ladies right now.
Yeah, do your thing.
Makeup tutorials get me. Like, okay, they'll do something, and it's always somebody who's been doing makeup for whatever, however long they're doing it. But they'll sit there and they'll do everything super fast, and then you're trying to follow with them. Don't ever, word to the wise, okay? If you see a makeup tutorial, okay, watch it and then do it. Don't watch it and try to do it at the same time, because it never comes out the way you think it is, especially if you're not, like, I'm lazy when it comes to makeup. I just like to just slap something on, call it a day.
Right.
And like, I'm not doing that all feather and different. I ain't doing all that. So, I think these tutorials are a lot, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I do a lot of skipping. I skip a lot. And especially if it's something like with the car, or if it's something I gotta fix something. Oh no, I'm like 8 minutes. That's too long for me.
Right.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Tutorials have helped me, in some ways. Like, it might be a tutorial that show you exactly what you need to know, but a lot of times it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go, do this tutorial, trying to figure out one thing. So.
Right.
You need to get better at that for sure.
And you don't even have everything sometimes, What
yeah.
do you do in that case?
And I know a lot of times too, man. It's like I have nothing against people with accents, but every tutorial be somebody from like a different country and stuff like that. I'm like, what? Oh. Like, come on, can we get some English speaking Americans to do some tutorials too?
Yeah.
Like, I got no disrespect. But like,
that's true though. No, you feel like, okay, you need some cue cards or something. Put them up on the screen so we know what you're saying. When
like you can look at some of these tutorials. All right, I already know he ain't gonna show me nothing.
And then some of the tutorials go so fast you can't even keep up with it. And then they might be tutorials where they just silent the whole way and they just clicking on buttons.
Oh yeah. I hate those too. They be like this, click this, and they do a slow down, zoom in.
Yeah.
Like,
come on. I ain't got time for that. It needs to be a cartoon. It needs to be under 3 minutes.
You know what I'm saying?
How do y'all handle tutorials? Like, how do y'all, like when you're looking at a tutorial, what makes it easier for you to get the knowledge on a tutorial when you're looking at it?
The knowledge.
Like for me, I would like to have the program, whatever I'm using. Like if I'm using a beat machine, and I'm looking at a tutorial on it, I like to have the beat machine right in front of me, looking at the tutorial, and I do it step by step on what they're doing. That just works better for me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, click here. All right, stop it. I'll click there. You know what I mean? That makes it easier for me. But how do y'all do that? How do y'all get it?
From myself, I get more detailed on what I'm looking for. Because sometimes stuff is so broad. So you can say, I want to learn how to do this, but then they're gonna give you an overview. So what it basically is gonna be, just like you say, a little run through. So then I try to get more descriptive. Okay, I got that. So how do you make this happen? That one particular function. And then, usually I'll learn that one particular function, and then everything else will start to kind of click and make sense. And then once I get to another, as you get more detailed with it, you're going to know, then you're going to start asking questions as you get stuck. So, all right, I can't do this. Why I can't do this particular thing? And then I'll ask Google, well, usually YouTube, but then it'll give me the steps. So I say, I get more detailed on what I'm looking for. So, Google's a very useful tool. All this stuff is good. But if you're not asking the right questions, you're not going to get the right information. It's going to be too broad. What I'm saying? So you got to get real deep in detail about what you're asking for.
I think I'm going to start using that because my tactic on what I do is if it's bright and colorful, I go with the most bright and colorful nail. What's it called? Thumbnail. There you go. I go for the bright. I am one of those that go for the bright.
Yeah.
Clickbait. Thumbnails. I do. And I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, they're using pink and green. Yeah. So I do that. And when it's a tutorial, like I said, that's probably my problem. Reason why I can't deal with the tutorials too long, because I click it and it's not. They take forever to even talk about what they're doing. So they spend the first 15 to 20 minutes talking about their cat in their room. I'm just like, what?
What I do is I to get to the point, because I already know they're going to come with some bull, you know what I'm saying? So what I do, you can put your finger on the thing and slide it, and you can see the picture, you know what I'm saying? I'll go right into where I need to go to, and I'll just look at it from there. I ain't got time for all that other stuff.
No, the reason why they wait so long is because they get paid for watch time. So the longer it takes for them, if they got you waiting, they already got what they needed out of you. So if it's if you waited 10 minutes just to get to the tutorial, they already got you where they want you. Now you're going to watch the tutorial. So if you already made it past the first 10 minutes of nothing to do with the tutorial, and then you watch all that 10 minutes, and then you start watching the tutorial, then they got you.
Do y'all look at the time length of the tutorial before you look at it?
Absolutely.
It
depends. It depends on what it is. Sometimes you have to kind of watch it to the end, because
if it's just say 30 minutes to an hour, would y'all watch that tutorial? Or I like to see 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I don't like to be
what I do is I just put my headphones in and I just listen. Then I could be doing stuff, listening to whatever it is, and then for instance, say I'm downstairs and say I'm cleaning the kitchen or some shit. I'm just listening to it. Something I know that's gonna take me a bit of time, where I'm or if I'm driving, if I'm going work, home, whatever, I'll just throw it on and just listen and just drive. And then eventually when I get to the house, kind of put two and two together and just figure it out.
That's a good way of doing it.
Yes, it is. All right, guys. So we're going to go on to the final question of the
night.
Right,
run it.
Do you feel like everyone needs to know technology? That includes our friends, the boomers, as well.
I definitely think everyone needs to know it, especially because it's getting geared towards the future. I definitely think everybody needs to know as much as they can with technology. Even if you're not a technology type of person, you don't really deal with computers and things like that, at least try to get to figuring it out, because it's just what it is. It's going towards that. So I think everybody should know that.
I got a mixed vibe about technology. I think a lot of people shouldn't be knowing technology, and the reason why is because it's giving people the excuse not to really learn real shit. For instance, kids nowadays, they watch a lot of stuff. They know a lot of shit, But a lot of that stuff they know don't really add up to nothing though. Yeah. Like it's like they'll be talking about stuff like my son, he's 5, he knows every character from everything. He knows he knows all that type of stuff. This we watches video people play video like virtual reality, doing stuff, building stuff, all that stuff. He knows all this stuff. But if I ask him to do something that I feel like he should be really proficient at and really good at, he gonna be looking at me like, no, I don't want to do it. I want a tablet. Like, you know, so I think like, you know, and that's partly my fault because like we talked about it before in earlier podcasts. It is so easy just to say here and go. Bye. But you know, like today I had to do with schooling, and then we were talking about it earlier before the podcast. One of his assignments was for him to write his name, but it's all online, so he's really writing his name on a mouse pad, and it's like that type of shit is like he's never gonna learn he's gonna learn how to write his name, but you're telling him to write it, and our sole purpose is for him to write it himself, but he's going like this. Like, that's not penmanship. That's just shit. But, you know, that's art. Like, you don't know, like, that's finger painting. Like, what the hell? But as far as that being said, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't need be on Facebook, be talking, but some people use Facebook as their diary. Like, some stuff, you know, you don't want to see that shit all the time. So, I don't know. I got mixed reviews about it. Technology.
What you think?
Technology is... there's good things about technology and there's not so good things about technology. And like, if you would ask me like a year ago, I'd probably been like, yeah, you know, everybody should know a little bit, at least know how to type and get on Google, excuse me. But then Facebook Live came, you know, in existence. And then I said, wow, no, not everybody needs technology. Some people need to get their computer taken away from them, their phones as well. Because I mean, I just, you know, people use technology in very good ways and they use it for good things. But for the majority, I just feel like they're using it for negative things. You know, it's like every time I turn around, there's a fight or there's, you know, a Karen yelling at somebody or, you know, like it's always something. And, you know, it's just like I'm not seeing positivity anymore. Yeah. You know, it's like all negative. So.
It is a lot of negative things. Positive is this police brutality that's going on. All you gotta do is whip out your phone and catch that. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, a lot of, you know, police that is doing wrongful, you know, police brutality to people, you know, you can catch it on your phone, you know, and put it out there, you know. But a lot of stuff is, like you said, a lot of stuff is negative, you know, and they use it for the wrongdoing, you know. But, you know, that do need to get better.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy though. Like, it's kind of like police brutality has been being recorded for fucking years. Rodney King happened in 91.
That's true. That's true.
Like, man, you know what the funny thing is about this stuff, right? It's like we're seeing everything unfold in front of our eyes, and it's still the same shit. It's like, how many times are we going to hear about this situation, that situation? And people know people got cameras. People don't care. People are getting more and more careless. Like, you hear about all the indictments, all the RICOs and everything, and people still be talking about, yeah, you know, I was watching this video, I forgot what it was, but this gang of them just on there like, yeah, we gonna do this and this and that, this is all this crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what sense does that? And I think people use that to show how even harder they are. Yeah, I know you got a camera, so I'm really out here. What? Like, all right, whatever.
I think it's a balance, though. I think it is people that actually do care too. You know, I think people look at, oh, you're filming now. I gotta kind of watch what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because you're filming me. You know, I think it's a balance. I think it is. You know, and then there's people that just don't care. They like, I don't care. I'll just do what I do anyway. Like that cop that did George Floyd, like that. He didn't care if there was anybody filming him or not, you know. So, you know, it just depends on who you're dealing with, really.
This shit was funny though, right? It was that one with that dude and that lady, like, I guess like she cut him off or something like that, and he went to her house and she just started laying on the ground. He's trying to She just started screaming and yelling. He was like, I'm not trying to attack you. Why you acting like that? Like, she's doing the most. So it's like, it's like you said, it's like there's people that do care, but then there's people's like, it's like they go as the aggressor, but as soon as the camera card, they just switch and start acting like the victim. Like, oh, why'd you do that?
You hit me.
And that's why I say it's a balance. You know, a lot of people might switch their whole character up once they know they got a camera on. You know what I'm saying?
But the funny thing is, the camera be on when they switching their character.
Like we seen you.
Like that, fuck that, fuck you. Oh, you got camera? Oh, hey, why'd you do that to me?
That's real.
Yeah, so technology is about it. So that was the last question of the podcast. So Virginia, you did an excellent job.
Thank you.
Tig, you got anything?
Nah, man. Check out my album. It just came out on iTunes. 2020 Vision. Check it out. It's Adventures of Tick. Type in Adventures of Tick. It's Tick and Steel Wheel Project. 2020 Vision. It has 7 songs on it. It's on Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube, all of that. So go ahead and check it out.
Wow.
And we're out. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Turn the Hymm up. Turn the Hymm up. Podcast. Turn the Hymm up. Turn the Hymm up.